best wrestler in WWE.
He's going to be going against Lesnar, huh?
Hey, dude, get as loud as you're going to get. Let's see what that looks like.
Holy Testicle Tuesday!
Yeah, alright.
Yeah!
Okay, 7 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And we are alive!
We're here at Nick's Queer.
Hey, it's the 21st century, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, different strokes, different folks, you know?
Yeah.
So, oh, yeah, it doesn't mean I still can plow your mom from time to time.
Oh.
Yeah, we go there
you're
with
funny
it.
man,
We go
huh?
there. Yeah, I'm a funny man. I'm a funny man like that.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
but your mom calls me daddy. What?
What? Your mama like a light switch. Everybody, you know, and turns her on and off.
Well, when you talk about doing his body's mama, we're here to talk about wrestling.
That's all we do. We talk about mamas though too, you know. So
And we're here to talk about the Royal Rumble.
the Royal
We have
Rumble.
a new WWE champion.
Your winner and new.
The game.
The game. Yeah, so
But
that happened. The game. 40-something years old,
14th time.
COO of WWE, and what do you know? Not even 30 seconds into the show, there's Mr. Corey. This is the Corey Show.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The Corey Show. All right. Let me remember how to do this.
¿Cómo estás, Corey?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What it do?
Yeah.
Dude.
Uh-huh. You happy who won the Royal Rumble?
No, who did win?
Huh?
Who did win?
Triple H, the game.
I'm all about the game. Suck it, yeah.
I told y'all what was going to happen, though.
Yeah.
Oh, did you tell us, Corey?
Yeah.
What I told y'all, did I say how that?
I don't know. I kind of remember you saying Roman Reigns was going to take it all.
Yeah.
No, but I told y'all Triple H was going to come back.
He's trying to buy the
They
heat.
fell.
Okay. Yeah, and that's essentially what happened. And it appears, well, right now, like, we still have Fastlane left before WrestleMania, but it appears that our main event for Fastlane is going to end up being Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. And this guy thinks they have a fatal four-way with AJ Styles.
Well, no, I mean, that's later on, but, you know, I'm thinking that Brock Lesnar will get taken out by the Wyatts in that match. Ambrose has an Intercontinental title reign to kind of fulfill, so he's going to kind of not be in that picture. Obviously, Roman Reigns will come away with the #1 contendership from Fastlane. So it appears that we're going to get a Roman Reigns versus Triple H main event at WrestleMania, which we've been predicting here on Sports Entertainment for like 2 months now, you know.
Needs to happen one day.
We're back to the AJ Styles thing. We trying to think about him coming from TNA.
TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan World Wrestling, you know, so, I mean, AJ Styles is a
pretty much
world-known wrestler.
I guess they're cool with New Japan. They said he was the New Japan champion, like Brock Lesnar, yeah.
Well, surely, and AJ Styles has proven it so far. He was in the Royal Rumble match for, you know, at least 30 minutes, and then he had a really good match with Chris Jericho on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, they're really stuff with him. Welcome to the WWE, AJ.
He look good.
Oh, definitely, and, you know, he's definitely over with the WWE fans, at least in Florida, because that's where TNA did most of their filming. So, you know, and it's pretty hardcore wrestling fans because they have all the NXT pretty much right there. So, with that being said, we'll kind of see how the rest of the country reacts to AJ Styles, if they know him as well as they do know him in Florida. Well, they know him, but do they know him like they know him in Florida?
Yeah.
You know, so, but... So, Corey, when you gonna get you the WWE Network, man? I mean, you could have watched the Royal Rumble. You could have seen it all go down.
Yeah. For $9.99.
$9.99. It's worth it. And I still like know a couple people that order pay-per-views. It's like if you order
You could have
3 pay-per-views, pretty much you just paid for the WWE Network. Right. Well, and I mean the first month is for free, so
And
if you
another
were
thing-
to start a free month, I would probably start in late March. That way you can get WrestleMania for free.
My thing I would plug with anybody with, you can go back and watch other Royal Rumbles and watch other Raws and watch other SmackDowns back in the day.
And it's
Even
got
for-
new shows that are very
Yeah.
entertaining as well.
Yeah.
When y'all gonna bring a new show, bro?
Hmm?
When y'all gonna bring a new show?
Our new show, that probably won't make it till summertime, man. Because right now we're in the spring season or the winter season or whatever.
Winter schedule.
So the winter schedule, right? So they don't start the new schedule until around like June, I think. So we wouldn't be able to get our new show on there, but it's going to take a lot of planning and kind of getting stuff together right now. We're blueprinting some skits. We're hoping to eventually film them. And once we kind of have something of our sketches, you know, and something on film, then we're going to try and recruit some comedians to come kind of write with us.
You gonna be able to call?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I got a dude, right? I got a friend. And he like wrestling too. And I give him your number.
Cool, man. What's his name?
His name is Kelvin.
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 Yeah.
Kelvin.
Kevin.
Yeah, and you know about the violence and all that. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to tell him to call y'all next Tuesday. What time y'all going to air?
What time is it right now, Corey?
About 8 o'clock.
Well, that's right. What time we going there, my man?
Yep.
No, cause I just wanna make sure, cause I give him the number and I was like, I wonder if I could do that because that's TV and I don't wanna get y'all in trouble.
Man, we can't get in trouble. We can say anything we want, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Yes, yes.
We might air a little tape as a surprise for everybody.
He's been wanting to air the Sonny. I don't know if you remember the old wrestler Sonny.
Nobody died.
No, she made a tape.
Well, no, Sonny from the Attitude Era. Like she was pretty much the first like wrestler to kind of slut it up.
Yeah.
You know, and you know wear kind of scantily clad clothing and get breast implants and all that good stuff. You know, so. But needless to say, she's like in her 40s now, but she just recently made a pornographic film. Mark's wanting to try and show it on our show.
Yeah, get some ratings.
Oh,
I don't think that's gonna draw ratings.
Oh, Mark,
Yeah.
about the video again. I finally stuff you were talking about.
Yeah. What's your
The video you were talking about, huh?
yeah, the video game? Oh, 2K16?
Yeah, that stuff you talking about.
What's your username?
I never done it yet, but I'm doing it. I'm
Okay.
gonna do it, and when I do, you know what I want you to do?
What?
Give me your number and I'm gonna call you.
Alright.
And when I do it, I'm gonna let you know.
Alright.
You should give your phone number out over the air, Mark. That way,
No.
like, if any girls are watching, they might, you know,
I bet
maybe
you
give
no
you a
girls are
call.
watching. I bet you no women are watching.
Nobody's watching. No women are watching Sports Entertainment Tonight, where we talk about wrestling.
Be listening while they're cooking right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely background noise in some people's homes right now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, they might have AOC on while they're cooking or washing the dishes
Beat
or
their kids,
beating their kids or beating their meat, even.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. What y'all got for me tonight, fella?
Man, we were going to be talking some Royal Rumble. We're going to be talking some Monday Night Raw, maybe a little bit of NXT, a preview of Fastlane, preview of WrestleMania. You know how we do, man.
I got some trivia for me. What's up? I'm stuck.
Some trivia.
Yeah, hold up. We ain't gonna go old school this week. Let's go 1990.
1990, huh? Okay, well, I actually just watched the 1990 Royal Rumble recently. So, who was the main event of the 1990 WrestleMania 6? And as a kid, it was my favorite WrestleMania.
Yeah.
A clue. Let's see. A clue.
Oh yeah.
No, that wasn't it. That's not it. WrestleMania 6 was, let's see, I'm going to do some poses for you. Are you watching right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay, there's that. And then there's, oh yeah, brother. Oh, 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 oh. Huh?
He might not like you, Corey.
Okay, so, brother,
Let me tell you something, man.
and feel the power of the war. So, two of the major stars of the early 90s.
Gonna take the rocket ship.
Hulk Hogan and
And who else? We're gonna take the jet through the rocket ship.
I'll give you another clue. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame 2 years ago in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then he died 2 days later. The Ultimate Warrior! Feel the power of the warrior! Feel the power. So, yes, that was the first time the Intercontinental Champion went against the World Champion. The Ultimate Warrior overtook Hulkamania, brother! And, yes, the planes came crashing down Hulk Hogan! Yep, that's what happened. So, there's your trivia. You asked for 1990, Corey. I mean, I asked you the main event of WrestleMania of 1990.
Give me some more.
Give you some more? Okay.
I'm ready.
Well, crap. Let's see. I'm just coming up with something off the top of my dome.
Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas are brothers. Their dad's a wrestler. What was their dad's character's name?
Wait, did that? Who you are?
Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas are both brothers.
Their dad's a wrestler also. Who's their dad character's name? He's a big time wrestler during the 90s.
Their dad was a wrestler in the 90s. Who is Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas's dad? I'll give you a clue. He was tag team champions with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
Oh. That, that's Andy Biasson, the other one.
The other one, yeah. Who is the other one?
I dressed of them like for
Yeah, Mark dressed up as him one day for our show.
What's his name? I know who you're talking about. But
And it's almost that time of year. On April 15th, we have to probably see this guy.
yeah, that's both of you. Yeah.
who's that dude?
You gotta pay him.
I can't think.
The government entity that collects taxes.
Collect taxes.
Yeah.
Yes, the part of the government that collects taxes, Corey.
Oh, not just in a body, but some.
Yeah. You always used to say, remember to pay your
Federal
taxes.
Revenue Services.
The Internal Revenue Services, Corey.
Y'all lost me.
IRS.
IRS was his
Aaron
name.
R. Steister.
Oh,
Erwin R.
Remember to pay
Shyster.
your taxes.
Yeah, but Corey, we gotta let you go, man. We appreciate your call. We gotta get to our Royal Rumble coverage, our reviews, our Raw coverage, and our predictions for Fastlane and WrestleMania.
Yep.
But we appreciate your call as always, Corey, and you have a lovely evening, my friend. We'll talk to you
Bye-bye.
next week, you with us?
all right.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, my man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, is the phone about to ring again? I mean, we're so popular. We're so popular in Acadia. Actually, it's the same three people that call.
Okay, we're talking about the Royal Rumble. The first match was the Royal Rumble qualifying match. A triple threat
It was a kickoff match, which actually was a fatal four-way, huh?
Yes.
Fatal four-way elimination tag match.
It was the Dudley Boys against
Who were the favorites in
Yeah.
this match?
the Ascension, Mark Henry, and Jack Swagger. Pretty weird kind of combo.
Well, they both were patriotic and lost to Rusev.
Yeah. And it had Damon Sandow. He's back with Darren Young.
Which they kind of branded that as Mr. No Days Off, Darren Young, with Mr. 6 Months Off, Damian Sandow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
But it was for the Rumble spot, as you mentioned. Blake, comment?
Creative didn't have nothing for us, and Damien said,
Well, what Creative did was overbook the Royal Rumble with all of their jobbers, and essentially they ran out of spots, so they said, okay, never mind, we're going to have 8 jobbers balloted out for the last 2 spots.
Yeah.
Okay? Which, surprisingly, the Dudley Boys did not win. Everybody was kind of expecting them to be in it. But it broke down pretty quick, with that many people involved in the
Botchamania,
match.
You said? Botchamania.
I kind of called it Botchamania. There was a 3D kind of toward the end to the Ascension. Then Mark Henry he pinned the wrong guy, I think, at first. And then he kind of rolled over and pinned somebody else. And it was Botch City, It was. You see why they were jobbers.
the first 3 matches were pretty much Bot City.
Dude, the last man standing was rolling.
Yeah, but they went over the same thing 3 times. Where he does his little thing out the ropes. They did that same spot.
Well, Dean Ambrose does the same stuff all the time. He's got a limited moveset, it appears. But to get to segue, to our first match of the official pay-per-view was Kevin Owens going against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title in a last man standing match.
Texas death match, if you.
Texas Death Match, however you want to brand it. But it was pretty much a brawl from the beginning. And they had all kind of different spots in this match, including kendo sticks, chairs, tables.
Just hate, man.
And they even said they hated each other.
I hate you. Well, I hate you too, putting the table up.
Oh, definitely. And it appeared Kevin Owens, kind of dominated throughout the match. He was in control, but it was kind of a story of he just could not put Dean Ambrose away.
Yeah.
Because Dean Ambrose is the lunatic fringe.
Dean Ambrose is like
you
the
can't
hardcore-
predict what he's going to do.
He's the next hardcore icon,
Well, yeah, and but let's see. Some of the spots I wrote down. Kevin Owens cannonball into a barricade, broke the barricade. Back body drop.
On the chairs.
On the chairs. Dirty deeds on the chairs. Fisherman suplex off the top ropes onto a table. And then the match ended whenever Dean Ambrose was able to flip Kevin Owens onto a stack of 2 tables off the top rope.
ECW.
So Dean Ambrose does retain, and as we mentioned earlier in the show, he is now in the main event of Fastlane for the number 1 contendership for the world title.
Yep.
Is that a good place for Dean Ambrose?
Pretty much so. He's the IC champion,
Yeah, IC champions.
Well, Intercontinental Champion, should they be getting world title shots?
They're supposed to be the number 1 contender. That's what it's always been.
Not necessarily. It's like their own title, So they've got number 1 contenders for their title.
Well, it's the stepping stone.
It definitely is the stepping stone
They
to
give
the
the
world
best
title.
worker, and they see if. I think why they put an IC championship on Dean Ambrose to see if he's ready to be the world champion.
Yeah, see how it handles the title, of course.
Which at this point in the WWE, do y'all think the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title holds more prestige?
Not a more prestige.
I think now.
Well, whenever John Cena was holding the U.S. title, I thought it had prestige because they did, the open challenges, and John Cena defended it honorably, and he was a big star holding that mid-card title, but. With your Rybacks, with your Kalistos, Kevin Owens, those are more mid-card guys, holding the mid-card titles. And that's what those titles are there for, though, to try and put it as a stepping stone, as you said,
But
to a world
the
title.
last 10 years in WWE has been, you win the United States Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, then you go back.
Which Blake Dozier, by the way, off camera,
He's our correspondent.
correspondent on the spot here. Go ahead.
Yes, that was it. All the world champions are now fighting for the mid-card title.
It appears so. I mean, you got Sheamus, you've got Alberto Del Rio fighting for mid-card title, you've got John Cena fighting for mid-card titles. You know, a lot of Miz, Dolph Ziggler, a lot of the former world champions are fighting for mid-card titles, which, you know, granted, they united the World Heavyweight Championship with the WWE Championship. Yeah. And so, like, I guess to a certain degree, the Heavyweight Championship kind of became the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. Championship. Either way, you know, whoever's holding it, I guess, is who makes it stronger. Yep. But I thought Kevin Owens made a great Intercontinental Champion. Dean Ambrose looks good so far.
Yeah. I guess they're going to give it to this person that's the hard worker. And the last few Aussie champions, you know, you're like pretty much scratching your head. Why are they putting on the guy?
Well, I think the company is pretty much sold on Dean Ambrose because the guy always puts on entertaining matches. He can do anything you ask of him, pretty much.
He's the only one in the Shield that hasn't been a world champion yet. Sad.
You're right about that, and I think his time is coming. I see Dean Ambrose winning the world title before 2016 ends.
Oh,
Before 2016 ends.
definitely.
You know, and I mean, like, I'm looking at, you know, a bunch of Shield people holding the title for 2016. Roman Reigns will hold it. You know, Seth Rollins coming back. He'll probably get it back. And Dean Ambrose.
They didn't do a WrestleMania triple threat, the Shield.
Maybe next year. They were supposed. That was the blueprint main event for this year's WrestleMania. You know, because they always try to make a blueprint main event for at WrestleMania for the next year. Yeah. That was the blueprint main event, but it didn't work out. Seth Rollins wasn't there.
You see, that's the problem with them. They get the world title and they get hurt, and then everybody forgets about them.
People haven't forgot about Seth Rollins. People chant, "We miss you, Rollins," kind of stuff. You know, like.
Yeah, but look what they're telling me.
Well, I mean, Roman Reigns. And, I mean, to talk on Roman Reigns for a little bit, it's just like, man, it seems as though every single thing that's going on in his storyline is just like a complete ripoff of the Attitude Era and Stone Cold storyline. You know, I mean, like, you got the Authority or the corporation going after him, taking his title from him, you know, fighting him, which, of course, they had a good reason for Stone Cold. They really don't for Roman Reigns. At least they tried to explain it on Monday Night Raw. Yeah. You know, Triple H was saying that Roman Reigns has any respect. Okay, at least they tried to explain it. The stupid reason, but okay, it's a reason, nonetheless. So, but then they had the whole thing with Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble being number one. Then he gets injured and taken out of the match. Comes back later on in the match, just like in 1999 when Stone Cold did that.
You think he's gonna win it? And they pretty much screw him.
They throw him out. You know, so it's just like, how much more could you rip off? And it's just not as good.
Or are they trying to do something different that they're trying to build them up for people who really have white heat with Triple H? He buries everybody. You know, he doesn't care about the wrestling, you know, WWE. All he's going to do is bury a bunch of people, and he doesn't care. He wants to put everybody down. I think, you know, that's why, and they just want to make Roman Reigns more into a better babyface that Triple H just...
Well, I suppose have him chase the title at WrestleMania time. But whatever. Tag team title match at Royal Rumble. Yeah. The New Day. It rocks.
It rocks. Unicorn.
With a new Francesca, the trombone. Nope. So they were defending their titles against Usos. And, of course, we have Kofi and Big E kind of going at it. You know, and Xavier Woods there distracting, being aggravating, you know, manager type heel. Which is good. It's entertaining. So he helped the New Day cheat, as usual. And let's see, he provided a distraction. Big E was able to catch Jey Uso, give him the big ending, and boom, you know, the New Day retains.
Still champ.
I see them retaining all the way up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but who's going to take it away from WrestleMania? Usos?
Usos, possibly. Maybe the Dudleys, possibly. Maybe
Bring in somebody new. Like
maybe bring in somebody new
Big
or
time.
old even, like the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I think Lincoln Murphy's ready to make the main
What about
Tag team.
What about
Enzo and Amore will go before them. They have no personality.
Big Cassidy.
Yeah, and even the Mechanics, the tag team champions now, will go before them. Because they're in tight with Dash and Dawson. They're in tight with the backstage because
The road agents, Arn Anderson and
I mean
Gimmick's pretty much the same thing.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I mean they're obviously
Brain busters.
mentors. You know, the brain busters, right? Exactly. U.S. title.
Yep.
Alberto starting to crack there.
Del Rio.
Yes, defending his U.S. title against
Kalisto.
another non-U.S. person,
Yeah.
Kalisto.
Yeah, Trump's not happy with him.
Donald Trump is definitely not happy about this match. You know, if Donald Trump would have been up to it, it would have been a
draw.
border wall match.
Yeah, draw. No.
You have to climb the border wall and, you know, get over into the next country to win the match.
Yep.
So, anyways,
Pretty good, okay match.
not a bad match, although had some botches.
Yeah. But we have a new U.S. champion, Kalisto.
Kalisto, which of course Alberto Del Rio was able to kind of toss Kalisto around throughout the match. But in the end, Selena Del Sol.
So, and 1, 2, 3, U.S. champion Kalisto.
Which, in talking about Kalisto winning the championship, this is his second time winning the championship in a couple weeks. Was it a good idea to even take it off of him in the first place? Like have him lose the title 2 days after he won it?
Maybe they wanted to do something cool for SmackDown.
Since it was kind of like one of the newer SmackDown, I think it was the second SmackDown that happened. It was actually in Lafayette whenever he lost the U.S. title. So, I mean, I think that kind of devalues the title somewhat whenever you, I don't know, win, lose.
Look at the attitude in Ruthless Aggression era, like didn't
I mean, it makes it more exciting, I think.
And
It's a double-edged sword.
was it the U.S. titles that Benoit and Booker T wrestled for, the best out of 7?
Yeah,
That was some good stuff, man.
yeah. Or they used Randy Orton as a person for Booker T, right? Who was it? Randy Orton. That was his replacement, Booker T's replacement.
No, I'm talking about in WCW.
Oh.
When they had their best of 7 series.
Oh, that would have been the U.S. title,
That's what
yeah.
I'm talking about. Like,
They also did it in
Either that or like a TV, you know.
It wasn't TV.
Okay. Well, Divas match.
Yep, Charlotte against Becky Lynch. Pretty awesome for Divas match. You know.
Really good for a Divas match. One of their better matches that they've had as of yet. Which Becky Lynch and Charlotte, they've got the chemistry. You know, more so than like what any of the NXT girls with the Bellas or Alicia Fox or any of those girls have.
And Charlotte she's the dirtiest player in the game, the new dirtiest player in the game, like her dad. She won a match. And,
Which, yeah, I mean, Flair was providing distractions as well throughout the match. He kissed Becky Lynch. And then he ended up, when Becky Lynch had Charlotte beat in a submission, he threw his coat on Becky Lynch and, you know, kind of covered her face, which to provide a distraction. She had something in her eye. And Charlotte Spear, she retains the title.
Yep. And
But the real story came after the match.
Sasha Banks put on the big statement.
Yeah, so Sasha Banks comes out and she, you know, appears that she's going to get involved, but she takes out Becky Lynch, which was kind of a surprise. Pretended to kind of make an alliance with Charlotte, and before you know it, boom, turned on you. You know, so it's setting up Sasha versus Charlotte, and don't count out Becky yet, because she's still involved in this thing.
I think so too.
Because obviously on Raw, we'll get to Raw here in a second. But they kind of got into it again.
Yeah.
So that leads us to the Royal Rumble. You ready for it?
Yes, the 27th Royal Rumble, right?
No, it's got to be more than that.
I thought they were building that stadium.
Huh?
I thought they building was, 85.
88 was the first Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
There you go. 98, 2008.
So it's got to be the 29th Rumble.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next year will be Royal Rumble 30. So we've got a list of the number of entrants who eliminated who, and just a couple side Royal Rumble notes. We knew who number one was.
Yeah.
Was Roman Reigns. Which Roman Reigns, lasted a little bit. The main story with him was that midway through the match, Vince McMahon kind of sicked the League of Nations on him.
Yeah.
But they pulled him under the bottom rope, which was
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why not just throw him over the top, then,
That's
F
the
him
point.
up,
They're doing Royal Rumble 1999 again.
Well, right, so Roman Reigns, you knew he was going to come back. They carried him out on the gurney after
And you don't wanna come-
Rusev put an elbow, throw him on the Spanish announce table. Needless to say, he's carried out on the gurney, which really, it wasn't that bad of a bump that he'd have to be carried out on the gurney.
Well, they wanted they wanted all the kids to cry. And
It was a splash on the
Yeah.
table, and the table split in half.
They wanted the kids and the women to cry about Roman Reigns.
Not
He's
one
hurt.
care. Not one.
Yeah.
Well, Mick Foley wouldn't even get carried off on the gurney after a Hell in a Cell match that he got thrown on. He
Yeah.
nearly died,
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns got a little elbow through a table, and he's carried off and got to sit out and drink a latte and take a nap, and during the Royal Rumble while Chris Jericho and AJ Styles and all kind of other people are lasting the entire match.
AJ Styles getting stiff hand everywhere.
So that's the story of Roman Reigns. Rusev was number 2. He was eventually eliminated by Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But the big surprise in number 3,
AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Woo!
the phenomenal one. So you might remember AJ Styles from TNA, New Japan, or even Ring of Honor. But AJ Styles is in the WWE. He's not having to go bypass through NXT. He is on the main roster. He ended up having a match with Chris Jericho on Monday Night Raw, which was a decent match. And yes, he is here to stay.
And then the fourth was Tyler Breeze, Mr.
Jobber, who is on his way back to NXT, it appears. He's on the bottom of the barrel right now. He was eliminated by AJ Styles. Curtis Axel, who wasn't ever eliminated last year,
he's
was
still
number 5.
But he got eliminated. He's not in the Rumble anymore.
Yep, so AJ Styles was able to get him. Chris Jericho came in at number 6, and he was almost able to last the entire time.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. How old is Chris Jericho? Like 45, 44?
Who knows?
Yeah, he's up there. That's pretty awesome.
But, it was toward the end of the match, so he pretty much did last. Even though he kind of stayed in the corner a little bit and rested a little bit. And he's a Royal Rumble pro. He's done it like 9 times.
And 7th entrant was from Fire and Brimstone, Kane.
Kane, who did last a little bit of a while, he had an elimination or two here or
But he
there.
didn't do like 11 eliminations. He
Of course
wasn't
not. Well, Kane's just not what he used to be. He's got a wig on, for crying out loud.
Kane, I think he loves the Royal Rumble, dude.
Well, he's got the most eliminations out of anybody in history.
Watch the Royal Rumble. Everyone he's been in, he does not stop the whole match. He never rests. He's always hitting, punching, trying to get somebody else.
That's his match, man. That's his match.
Gimmick, man.
Yeah. And you're a
So-
big guy and had that much cardio.
It's like he loves the
Well, he
Royal
ended
Rumble.
up lasting about 15, 20 minutes in the Royal Rumble, so he didn't do that bad. Eventually, he was eliminated by Braun Strowman, who is the next big monster of WWE. So, that's kind of fitting that they had Kane, the old monster, lose to the new monster.
And the next one was, number 8 was Goldust.
Goldust. Which Goldust is talking about trying to start a new tag team. Who is it with?
R-Truth.
R-Truth, yeah, and they want to call it the Golden Truth.
And R-Truth took it the wrong way. He said, man,
Yeah, he
I'm
thought he
mad.
was gay. Huh?
Yeah. Yo, man, I'm mad.
He's like, I want
bro."
you to be my partner.
Yeah. The next one was
Nah.
the big guy. Stupid Ryback.
Yep, which Ryback was able to last a little bit, which I actually predicted that Ryback would be eliminated by Big Show, and it did
You mean
happen.
the Big Slow. Ooh.
Well, it's the Big Slow. And as predicted as well, Kofi Kingston made his way into the match so he can do his fancy little fake
This year was
elimination.
kind of He just piggybacked right on.
Well, they flipped him over, and
Yeah.
he landed on Big E. Big E had him on his shoulders. They danced around the ring. So it wasn't anything as special as Kofi has done in the past. But,
And the next one was.
which he was the
Hoorah,
only
hoorah.
member of the New Day.
Yeah. And the next one was Hoorah, Hoorah, Hoorah. Was Titus O'Neil. And he was eliminated by Brock Lesnar.
Actually, the Big Show.
Or Big Show.
Big Show. And Kofi, by the way, was eliminated by Chris Jericho. R-Truth. R-Truth came out thinking it was a Money in the Bank match.
Boom, 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 boom. He's trying to get the thing off the ladder, and they're like looking at him like, "What the world are you doing?" He's like, "Man, where's the belt at?" You know?
Well, he's just looking for, he's thinking it's the Money in the Bank that the title's hanging, and it's just like looking around, everybody's like, oh, R-Truth, you're stupid. It made for a funny moment, and that's what Royal Rumble really needs, it needs its drama, it needs its brawling, it needs its comedy acts, it needs its legends, and that's what Royal Rumbles are all about.
It's a conspiracy.
Which, really, they didn't really have a lot of legends in this match.
There's a whole bunch
Or
of
any, for that matter. I mean, unless you want to include Jericho or... but moving on. Luke Harper, the first of the Wyatt family, came in at number 13.
He lost a pretty good while.
He did last a pretty good while, as did all the Wyatts. Stardust came in at number 14. He was eliminated by Luke Harper. Big Show came in at 15. He made a couple eliminations. He eliminated Titus O'Neil, Ryback. But he was eventually eliminated by Braun Strowman.
He got choked out.
So Braun Strowman had him a few eliminations
Looks pretty
as
strong.
the new beast, so to speak. Neville came in at 16. He had a good little spot with Sami Zayn, who ended up coming in at 20. And Kevin Owens, who came in at number 18. And AJ Styles as well. So I'm thinking they're all headed toward that Intercontinental ladder match at WrestleMania.
Next one, the Three Friends, Dean Ambrose. Was the next
Well, I mean, 17 was Braun Strowman. Can't forget about him. Kevin Owens was 18, who was already in a hellish match in the Last Man Standing match.
Which pretty much came like a scalded dog. He pretty much had limping and stuff. And
Right.
Yeah,
Which one of the surprises of the match? 19, Dean Ambrose. One of the surprises of the match, number 20, Sami Zayn.
yeah, and they started brawling. Fist
Well,
fight.
he went right after Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
So we'll see if Sami Zayn kind of remains on the main roster or if he's kind of an NXT stay hold for right
I think
now.
he's staying on the main roster.
Owens hurt Zayn, didn't he?
Well, yeah, they have a big feud with each other,
Okay,
but
at the time, I wasn't watching NXT.
it was pretty decent then at the
I
time.
just know his shoulder went out.
So, the third member of the Wyatt at number 21, Eric Rowan, came in. Eventually, all three of the Wyatt family got eliminated by Brock Lesnar. However, they ended up coming back in and getting rid of Brock Lesnar, who eventually came in at number 23. Mark Henry at 22.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar at 23. So, Brock Lesnar was able to take out all of the Wyatts.
Yeah.
However, they came back in and had illegal eliminations and were able to get rid of Brock Lesnar that way.
And I guess the Wyatts against Brock Lesnar for.
Which that was one of the issues I did have with the Royal Rumble was some of the outside interference and illegal eliminations. And the refs need to get it under control there.
Yeah.
They need to do no more stuff like that, because if they're going to eliminate Brock Lesnar, why didn't they just eliminate everybody else?
Yeah.
Right, what's their beef with Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
They just wanted to make Bray Wyatt.
The Wyatts just know who to target to get their names out there. I mean, look at Bray Wyatt's WrestleMania record. I mean, at least who he's gone against. He started off his first WrestleMania against John Cena in a high-profile match. Last year against The Undertaker in a very high-profile match.
This year,
Now against Brock Lesnar, I mean, can you ask for more as far as putting you over? But he loses every single one, though.
He rebuilds for next WrestleMania.
Yeah, who else is left? I mean, is he going against The Rock next year or what?
Yeah.
So Brock Lesnar came in 23. He was able to last a little while, kick some ass, but the Wyatts took him out. Jack Swagger, who had won the spot, came in 24. Let's see. Miz.
But he didn't go in the match though. Like he stayed there like for 5 minutes on the ringside.
Yeah, he was commentary.
He was commentating. He's like, they're asking him, you know, Miz, why are you not going in the ring? He's like, I'm just waiting for, you know, somebody to get Brock Lesnar, you know.
Which he pretty much did wait for Brock Lesnar to get eliminated before he actually went in the match. And he was eliminated by returning from an injury, Roman Reigns. So there you go. Alberto Del Rio came in 26. Roman Reigns got him. Bray Wyatt came in at 27, which one of the stories about Bray Wyatt is that, not only did the Wyatt family dominate, but Bray Wyatt actually got into it with Triple H.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And they had a stare down of sorts, so possibly a feud somewhere down the line, Wyatt's versus Triple H.
I think the Wyatts are part of the plan with the Authority.
Who knows? I think the Wyatts kind of march to the beat of their own drum kind of thing. They're not Authority, they're not babyface, they're not a heel. They're just kind of weird.
They're the Wyatts.
They're the Wyatts, yeah.
But I think the Authority brought the Wyatts to WWE to make them the poison of WWE.
Sure. So Alberto Del Rio is 26. He got eliminated by Roman Reigns, as did most everybody else in the League of Nations. Let's see. Wade Barrett didn't make it in the match. Bray Wyatt was 27, and he was actually eliminated by Triple H and Sheamus.
Yeah.
So, do you think that kind of spells a babyface run for the Wyatts?
You never know. You never know about WWE. They might do it, they might not.
We will see.
Next one was Dolph Ziggler, number 28. Your boy. I'm here to show the world.
Which he had a pretty good little spot with Triple H, and Triple H was able to eliminate him, and I figured, who else is better for that spot to make Triple H look good than Dolph Ziggler, 29, Sheamus. Which Sheamus actually, when he came in, that's right when Roman Reigns pretty much came back, jumped Sheamus, came in the ring, made some eliminations, had some momentum. But then, number 30 was the game.
Do that. What is water,
Oh, definitely, and he ended up winning the Royal Rumble. He made about 4 eliminations as well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the show till he came out 30s because I knew right there.
Well, I knew it was either going to be Triple H or Daniel Bryan at number 30.
But the last person was Dean Ambrose, and that's pretty good also. Like, when I saw Dean Ambrose was him, Dean Ambrose, I was excited because maybe they'll let Dean Ambrose win. And
it did come down to Dean Ambrose and Triple H, as Mark's saying. Just a couple of the side notes I made. League of the Nations jumped Roman Reigns in the beginning. Rusev elbowed him through the table. They brought him to the back, and he returned later, right when the number 29 pick was coming out. So that was kind of lame, I thought.
It was Royal Rumble 99 again. It was,
Brock Lesnar eliminated pretty much the entire Wyatt family other than Bray Wyatt, yet they came back in the match illegally to eliminate him.
And we see next the Wyatt family against Brock Lesnar for
WrestleMania, yeah. R-Truth came in with the ladder thinking it's Money in the Bank. That's a highlight of the match. It's pretty funny.
It's conspiracy against R-Truth.
Miz on commentary for 10 minutes before he ever got in the match.
He's smart, man.
Let's see, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Neville all clash in kind of a independent scene clash there.
I think it's going to be a Authority Championship,
Eventually, I believe so as well. And also Bray Wyatt and Triple H getting into it as well. So that pretty much was the Royal Rumble. I thought it was very entertaining. This was the first Royal Rumble in years that I just didn't know who was going to win. At least I had it narrowed down between 3 or 4 people. But last year you knew that who was going to win. Roman Reigns was going to win. You knew John Cena was going to win the year before. You knew, it's been so predictable the last 5 years. So at least you had it narrowed down between at least 3 or 4 people this year.
But bow down to the king.
Overall, a good show. Let's talk a little bit about Raw. We've only got about 10, 15 minutes left. But Raw emanated from Miami.
Yeah, The Rock's home.
The home of The Rock. It opened up with the McMahons coming out, pretty much talking crap to the crowd, saying Roman Reigns is broken. They introduced Triple H as the champion. Saying Roman Reigns could be great, but he lacks respect. Blah, 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 blah. So that's their reason, I guess, for messing with Roman Reigns. Triple H was talking about how wrestling is his religion and Vince is the god. Yeah. So, whatever. I thought it was an interesting quote, at least. We opened up Raw, first match, Kevin Owens against Dolph Ziggler.
Yep, pretty good. Really awesome. They always put on good matches.
Which, of course, Florida, or Florida as you call them, was ringside. And he called this guy. He's like, "Did you see Florida last night?" I'm like, "Florida."
Yeah, Florida.
Florida, yeah.
But that was with the Dudleys against the...
Well, that came in the next match, but essentially Kevin Owens, dominated most of the match, and Dolph was able to get a little momentum, pop up powerbomb, boom, Kevin Owens. Which I think the WWE has big plans for Owens. Dolph is still just sitting there making people look good.
And he's really good at it.
Yeah, but you can't get pushed whenever you lose all the time. Let's see. In our next segment, we have the Social Outcast. They called out Flo Rida to a rap battle.
Yeah, vote Dallas, man. Vote
Bo Rida.
Bo Rider.
Against Flo Rida. And pretty much they did their little freestyles.
Yeah.
And
Bo Rider was spitting some game, man.
Well, he started it off with, "My name is Bo Rida, and I'm here to say that something, something, something in a major way," which is like how you start off every bad rap, So I thought that was pretty funny, at least, They called in the Dudley Boys, which led to a match between Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas against the Dudley Boys. Which, finally, the Dudley Boys get a win. The Dudleys win for the first time in like a year. It's been since SummerSlam pretty much last year since they've had a win.
Yeah.
So let's get them some momentum. Let's have them a couple wins to where maybe they can get in the tag team main event of WrestleMania.
And maybe win.
And maybe win in a tables, ladders, and chairs. Yeah. Oh my.
Oh my.
But yeah, the Bow Train. Let's see. Flo Rida flipped Slater into the ring. They gave him the what's up, and then a 3D to Curtis Axel. Dudley Boys able to get a win.
Yep.
Then next, we saw a little backstage segment between AJ Styles and Y2J. With Y2J kind of acting arrogant. He's been acting very heelish since he's been back. I haven't been impressed with Jericho at all, really.
You're not impressed with Jericho?
But basically, Jericho is like, "Welcome to the big leagues." Yeah,
They kind of were.
Since 2009.
Yeah, well, good match though.
Yeah.
I mean, the match went about at least 20 minutes. And as you mentioned earlier, they were, not only in the Royal Rumble, but in this match, they were giving AJ Styles some hard bumps.
They were like, "Welcome to WWE, dude."
Welcome to the roster, and they were hitting them hard. But they had a double cross-bodied in the match where they jumped on each other. That looked like it hurt really bad. AJ Styles was kind of hurting from feeling on his ribs throughout the match. They had a couple submissions, near falls, but no finishers here. WWE can't, actually have a clean finish. It had to be a roll-up, reversal into a counter roll-up.
Yeah, and AJ Styles gets over.
AJ Styles, debut on Raw, got to have a victory. Next, Sasha Banks went against Becky Lynch, which, of course, they had all their drama on Royal Rumble. So it was a really good Divas match. Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch are two of the best. Let's see, but right when the Banks statement was locked in, it appeared, Sasha Banks had the victory. Charlotte came in and interfered. So it's seeming as though we're having a triple threat kind of vibe on this feud coming up.
Weren't they a trio at one time?
Yeah.
Well, they're part 3 of the 4 members of the 4 Horsewomen.
Yeah, okay. That's why they...
And BCB, too.
Who was the fourth one?
They weren't in PCB together. Sasha Banks was in Team Bad.
Yeah.
PCB was Becky Lynch, Charlotte Page. The 4th member is Bayley.
Yeah, but you're never going to put her...
They will. They are. Dude, Bayley is a cash cow. She's like Finn Balor, man. That is money waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Money waiting to happen.
Money.
Because Bayley, she's got all kind of fans. She gets over with the kids hardcore. I think Bayley's going to be one of, if not the most popular Divas champion or women's wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
Just because she's that like close with the fans and her gimmick works that well for her, you know. And she's awesome in the ring. A lot of charisma, and she can wrestle, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that, you know, Sasha Banks is Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, you know, Paige, and Bailey, they are going to be, you know, around for a long time,
Divas
running the Divas
Revolution.
division. And Nia Jax. Throw Nia Jax in there as well. She's a beast. And Asuka. Asuka kicks some serious tail, too.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm looking forward to those divas coming up as well. Next, as we mentioned, Goldust asked R-Truth to be his partner. R-Truth is like, I'm married, man. Sorry, you know.
Yeah, I don't go that way, bruh.
Yep. Then Bray Wyatt goes over on Kane after a distraction from the Wyatt family, his sister Abigail.
Kane.
Then they jump him after, and we're going to WrestleMania, follow the buzzards kind of thing. Then, oh my God. Next segment. We have a major star appearing on Raw, of course.
And limo
Then
comes
we
out.
get in the limo.
The Moneymaker, Miz.
The Miz. So you're like, okay, it's the Miz. They let us
it's not
down.
The Miz. He's like, I've been on Raw, you know, I'm back on Raw, and someone in a black truck. You think it's Stone Cold or somebody with a black truck, big, nice Ford, you know.
And one of the best segments I have seen in a really long time.
Some people didn't like it though.
Some people didn't like it. Some people were offended. But The Rock, he came in. He basically called the Miz like in his little jacket. He said you look like a flying nun.
Yeah.
And he's like, and they tossed him the skis. Why don't you park my car?
Yeah.
You
Who
jabroni.
do you think you are?
He ran into Rick Ross and kind of hung out with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so he's just like a rock
No,
star.
Big
You know.
Show, he's like.
Then he taunted the Big Show, saying, you know, hey, if you had won that Royal Rumble that I actually went to,
Yeah,
it could have been you, man. He said that he casted the Mummy 2 based off of who won the Royal Rumble 2000. And so Big Show started kind of crying. Then he talked to Lana, talking about how she's like a street hooker and how they hooked up
Man, you very,
in
like,
Brooklyn and
flexible
how
and
she's
stuff.
flexible. Which a lot of people actually complained about that part of the segment, saying it was very sexist. And you can't really get away with that anymore. I thought it was hilarious. And then Rusev kind of came up. He was aggravated. Awesome entrance.
Yeah.
And then he came out and actually did a segment as well. So he messed with Byron Saxon, said he was the black announcer that he didn't know.
Yeah, and everyone was all upset about that. And
He was upset. People
New
were
Day
upset
came
about
out-
that, saying it's racist.
He put the
Even
New
though
Day
The Rock
over.
is part black. You
put
know,
the New Day
he
over.
messed with some fans that were dressed up as wrestlers, as Macho Man, Hulk Hogan.
he's like, you got some good weed up in Miami, huh?
Yeah, so it was just fun. New Day came out, you know, which makes it even more fun. And they actually branded themselves as the black guys you do know.
Yeah.
The New Day,
And he's
black
like-
guys you do know. They need to make that T-shirt.
And he's like,
Make that T-shirt. I'll buy that
he's like,
T-shirt.
what, you know, why y'all wearing a llama's penis on your head? They're like, we're not.
Yama's penises on your head.
Yeah.
That's what The Rock said. It was hilarious. They kind of joked around that he does it for the money. He called them 3 chocolate cornholes. And some bitches. Let's see, challenged New Day, but they bailed. Let's see, he said that Big E looked like the Incredible Hulk and Urkel's baby.
Brad together,
You know, it was just one wisecrack after another. It was hilarious.
It was a PG Rock. Come on,
It
Rock.
definitely wasn't PG, but who gives a damn? It was entertaining
It was
as
The
hell.
Rock.
The Rock can do anything he wants. He's the top grossing box office star in Hollywood. So Rock equals ratings. Rock, go out and say whatever the hell you want to, buddy. You can be as sexist and as racist as you want, The Rock.
Yeah.
And we'll still go see your movies and we'll still get ratings.
Should never
He-
get an Oscar.
Well, you got a people's elbow on Xavier Woods.
And-
Awesome segment. I enjoyed it. Some people complained about it. I liked it.
He put all the Usos in the New Day, you know?
He put over the Usos, New Day. Let's finish through Raw real quick because we only got about a minute or so left. We had a crappy Divas match with Brie and Alicia Fox against Paige and Natalya, promoting Total Divas. Paige and Natalya won. Miz went against Kalisto, the new U.S. champion. Kalisto was able to win. It wasn't for the U.S. title. In our main event, we saw Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose tag against Sheamus and Rusev.
Are you not entertained?
And the Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose baby faces were able to win. They impressed the Authority. Therefore, they were put into the main event for the number one contendership at Fastlane against Brock Lesnar, as Mark just mentioned. So that was pretty much the gist of Raw. On SmackDown, you can expect the highlight reel with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. They have the highlight reel every time, I guess. Just so you know, Daniel Bryan has been cleared to wrestle. Expect him possibly back for WrestleMania. Yes! 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 Nikki Bella possibly having career-ending neck surgery. And that's pretty much all we got here on Sports Entertainment tonight. I've about lost my voice. Yeah, I've been teaching all damn day.
See you later. And Nikki Bella's been using.
How much seconds do we have left, Jacob?
About 1 minute and 2 seconds.
1 minute and 2 seconds. Holy cannoli!
I'm gonna do the rhyme of Noah Fawley and Mick Fawley made a joke on Twitter, and I said Noah Fawley said, "Well, my dad Mick Fawley said, a men's match is pretty good to put my laundry in the dryer," and he pretty much told Noah Fawley, "Noel, don't say that. What stays in the Fawley living room, stays over here."
And folks, if you know what Mark Trahan just said, you won a prize. So why don't you call in and repeat what he just said?